Hey guys, Dexter here with Winning Blog Tactics, and I wanted to do something really cool today to kind of give you guys an overview of my process for blogging. This stems from a lot of questions about the process of blogging, how to start blogging, what type of process do you go through every day. So I wanted to kind of give you guys an overview of what I do, and I'll kind of start from the beginning here, starting with where my ideas come from. So one of the strategies that I do is preparation. A lot of your time blogging should be just about preparation. So what I tend to do is I tend to write down and think about all the things I can actually blog about when I'm watching an audio or reading a book or as I'm going through personal development. What I'll do is I actually have a text document called blog ideas broken down into categories, the topics for blog posts, and something called super categories. And I'll kind of break these down for you. Some of the topics include ideas that I have for specific blog posts. So, why would a company need a flagship product? Troubleshooting sales funnel. Most shared advice from business consulting. Practical applications for daily reading, which I should cross off because I actually posted that one. Strategies for converting ideas into products, tips for writing better blogs, free SEO strategies, leveraging uncommon social sites for traffic. And as I have these ideas, I'll write them down, and I will actually go ahead and start those blog posts. And when I think about what I can blog about, considering my industry, which is actually blogging, because I run a company, Winning Blog Tactics. So I tend to focus on the market and what they're consuming. So the categories I usually fall back on when I run out of ideas in the topics list is, educational resources, time-sensitive strategies, which are strategies that have a time limit on them, meaning that they'll work great now, but maybe they won't 3 months from now or 6 months from now. Maybe it's something that's built around an event that's passing. Um, some of the things I fall back on when I run out of ideas are lessons I've learned from listening to audio files, lessons that I'm learning from books or have learned from books, things that I'm learning through personal development. And I found this one to be really effective. It's training from industry leaders. So that actually works really well. This is one of the biggest reasons why I tell people, you have to plug into the system, you have to plug into the educational resources, you have to plug into the training, because categorically in your industry, those are the things that will always give you ideas from now until forever. I mean, it's just people do things, people learn things, people try new things, and if you're in on that, you'll never run out of ideas. Then I have something called super categories. And these are categories that essentially I can use to spawn multiple blog posts, or I can actually use them to create blog series. So one idea, let's say search engine updates, or let's try this one, new marketing trends. I can actually turn that into something more than just a category to get for details. I can actually turn that into a series, or I can turn that into a book, or I can turn that into an ebook to download, or I can make an audio file, or I can shoot a video, or anything like that. Super categories tend to create more than one blog post or one form of content that you can actually turn around and use over and over and over and over again. So that's why they're super categories. Some of the things that come and go are tools, industry related events, and this is actually sort of a category, but the information learned in events, they kind of turn around and become more content you can spin. So what a lot of people do, we're going to kind of switch up gears here. What a lot of people do is they will sit in front of their new blog post, and even though Kalatu will help you, it'll give you a headline, it'll give you ideas, and You can pick a topic. It'll give you your headline here. That's one of the tools. You can click the give um, give me an idea, and it'll give you certain ideas, inspirational ideas, and they have a list of them. So, I mean, our blogging platform, Kalatu, will actually give you a lot of things you can blog about, but a lot of people get stuck on this phase right here. They'll try to figure out their title, and they'll try and do everything and try and write a blog post sitting on this screen. I don't do that. Why? Because, quite frankly, it's a little bit daunting. So what I do is I will start with an idea, and I think today I'm actually blogging about most shared advice from business consulting. And the first thing you'll notice is that I made the headline a little bit unique. Um, this is kind of like goal one. You want your headline to be unique. So I'm a geek, I'm a programmer, I'm a musician, I'm a little bit nerdy. So I picked one thing that I consistently share from one meeting to the next, and I wrote a blog post about it. And I kind of made it into the number one thing this geek shared from a week of business consulting. And it's basically that one idea that I'm talking about. So essentially, this becomes um, a category for me because I can actually turn around and write on another idea. Or the number two thing this geek shared from a week of business consulting. The number three thing this geek shared from a week of business consulting. And this is actually the blog I'm writing today. And what I do is, for you guys who are noticing this, the first thing I do is I write um, a Word document. This is what you're actually looking at, is the Word document. And I'll find a couple images. Now, specifically, they are 800 by 600 and 960 by 720. If you're taking notes, go ahead and kind of write that down. 960 by 720 is the typical social media size, meaning it works on just about every site out there, whether you're sharing it on Twitter or Facebook or Google Plus or whatever it is that you're marketing. If it's Pinterest, and it's almost square, so when you click on it, you can actually resize it to make it square. If you share on Instagram, sorry, if you share on Instagram, you'll be able to resize the image to a square and it fits. Um, you can increase the size to 1024 by 768. I will let you guys know what tool I'm using here. And 1024 by 768. You can actually change it to 1200 by 900, which is about the size you need for like a Facebook dark post ad. So what I do is I start with one image that is, the original image is a lot larger. And what I'll do is I will bring the image down to 960 to 720 and 800 to 600. And when I use it in my document, when I'm writing my blog post, my Word document, I write it out just like a blog post. And then what I do is I will go through and I'll actually write the document and save it. This one is only about 1100 words. And you'll notice that there are a couple things about my blog post. So the unique topic, I'll have my image, and I'll have all of my text. I'll have all of my different sections, everything that's bold. And I write it in a way that is like I'm talking to you. And this is an idea that I want you guys to grasp. If you're taking notes, write this down. It is write like you speak. A lot of people tend to write like they're a news reporter for a newspaper, or they're trying to put themselves in the mindset of somebody who's writing a book or writing a novel. Don't do that. People don't actually follow along with that stuff. Um, if you can actually read aloud what you wrote and it sounds like it's something you would actually say, then go with it. If not, change it. Okay, so continuing on here, after I make my Word document, then I come back here, and what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to post this for you guys to see it. Again, this is in Kalatu, and basically what I do is I copy and I paste. So what I'll do is the number one thing this geek shared, and I'll go back here and I'll paste it. Now in Kalatu we have some other categories. Um, it's SEO optimized for you, so your SEO title, I'll paste it there. And for Facebook, it'll give you a preview. I will paste it there. And what I'll do is, for the image, I will do that next. Set feature image. And what I'll do is, I will click to upload a file. Select my file. And what I'll do is, I will go to my desktop where I have my folder and my images. I will pick the best image, the 960 by 720. And what I'll do is, and let's see if you can see it here, the title, I will change to the title of my blog. The alt text, this is the image that you get when you kind of mouse over it. And the description, and I will paste that in there. And what I'll do is I will, and let me slide this up so you can see it, I will set feature image. It's kind of cut off from the video here, but you'll see it. And I'll do the same thing for the Facebook image. And again, I will select from the uploaded files, it's already there, so I'll select that and set feature image. There we go. And for this part, I'll make sure and click visual, and I'll go below the image here. Now this, I'll walk you through this. I'm on a Windows computer. What you can do is press Control Shift and the End key, and it will highlight everything, all the text from where you started all the way to the end of the post. And what I'll do is I will copy it. I'll go back to my blog post. I will paste it. And it's a lot of text, so just give it a second. Okay, so here is what my blog post will actually look like. It will have all of the information. Because it was visual, it kept all of my links. It kept all of my contact information. And let me just do that at the end there. And basically my blog post is done. All I need to do now is, well, a call to action. What I'll do is I will share that and my keywords. The keywords are really, really easy. I will do something really generic right now. I'll probably come back. Business, consulting. And I'll just use that for right now. I'll come back with something and actually go through and see what keywords are prevalent in here. And I will go back and I will put them in as a keyword and I'll update it. So I'll add that as a tag. And for my category, I will probably choose, let's see, I'll put it as entrepreneurial advice, and I'll just leave that there. I will give you guys some notes if you're on my list about some of the categories that I use, and we will go from there. There's nothing else for keyword, but down here, what I want you to see is the description. Now, when you write your description, one of the things that you want to consider is how people are going to see it. So the topic is the number one thing this geek shared from a week of business consulting. Okay, so again, the number one thing this geek shared from a week of business consulting. Um, the actual topic was talking about, and let me scroll up here so you can find it, or actually, we can go down the list and we were talking about starting with the end result and working backwards. I can actually leverage that and actually put it in a question form. Have you ever wondered why some businesses get great results from their product or service while others flop with similar products and services? This geek shared his number one piece of advice on this very topic after a full week of business consulting. Read now to discover what he said. Okay, and it's just something that is just something enticing for people to read on. So it's not only your title, but also the description. What people see, that'll help them click on it. Your image as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy that to the SEO description. I'm going to copy that to the blog post, and I'm going to copy that to the share description. And what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to kind of double check everything here. And let's see, shrink this down so you can actually see it, what I see. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to preview to make sure it looks good. And this is what it looks like. The number one thing this geek shared is my awesome image. And it's kind of filling up the screen, but that's okay. We're going to kind of go down around there. Just so that you guys know, I chose business consulting for my keyword because business consulting is in the title. It's actually a part of the image description and the alt description. I start with business consulting at the as part of the topic, and I kind of focused in on that keyword, so that's why I kind of picked that one word to start with. Going through here again, my links are good. My list is good. I'll probably go back and increase the size on that just a little bit more. Then what I'll do is I will make sure that all my links are good. This is what my call to action looks like. What do you think? Then we have the description box. So ultimately the post looks really, really good as far as I can tell. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to click publish. Now what I want you guys to do is prepare for the marketing, and I will kind of pick up the second video from here so that you can actually see the marketing process. Now after the post is published, we'll go from there. So if you're on my list, look for the second video. If not, I will probably add a link to it in the description So again, I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks.